Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, Chucky2009, and tonight we're going to be taking a look at this circle cutting guide sent out by our good friends at Hypertherm. Just got this box in the mail today, and I'm really excited to open this up and get the tools set up and try it out. Now I figured, I don't just want to cut circles in random scrap metal. I want to actually build something with this, and I got to thinking, I realized I'm going to be shooting some pipe welding videos pretty soon for y'all. And I'm obviously going to need something to hold my pipe while I'm welding it, so I drew up this little stand here, and this is essentially what we're going to be making. There's a few circles involved, and I just thought it'd be a good way to try this out. So with that being said, let's get started. So I got to work unboxing this, and as you can see, or you'll see in a minute here, everything arrived in perfect condition. It was really well packaged by the good folks at Hypertherm, and this is the case. It comes in, it's nice hard black plastic. It feels very resilient. It feels like something you could store on a shelf or whatever, and keep all the parts and pieces safe. Everything fits in there real nice. There's some foam, and this nice manual here, which tells you how to make larger circle cuts and smaller circle cuts. There's a whole bunch of different ways you can configure the wheels and the hardware and all the parts and pieces of this circle cutting guide for what you need to do. It even comes with a magnetic base in case you don't want to put like a center punch dimple in whatever piece of material you're going to cut, and there's suction cups that mount to the bottom of the base in case you're working on something that obviously you can't stick a magnet to. Yeah, you can even bevel stuff with it. You can use it to make straight cuts. Despite the fact that I think of this as a circle cutting guide, there's actually a lot you can do with it beyond just cutting circles, but that's the first thing we're going to do here. Now as you can see, I went ahead and set this up. It was really fast, only took a couple minutes, and that's with me having never done it before and really not being 100% sure exactly what the heck I was doing, but it went together really easily. And the first thing we're going to be doing here is just putting a dimple in the middle of this piece of scrap 3/8 plate, and then I'll simply put the little tip of that rod that comes out the bottom of this thing in there, and essentially I'm just going to work my way around the outside of the circle. Now as you can see, we're cutting an 11.5-inch diameter circle out of a piece of 12-inch wide scrap. Therefore, that outer wheel rarely contacts the scrap, unfortunately, and thus I was a little bit shaky, plus I'd never done this before. But as you can see, we got a nice round circle there. Had to tap it out because, I was a little bit shaky, so I had to give it a couple whacks there. But it's round, it's a circle, and that was really easy. So once I got done with that, I went ahead and did the same thing on the other end of the piece of material, except I went ahead and removed the wheel for right now. We'll put that on in a moment, but I figure since it's not really going to be contacting this work surface all the way around, it kind of just throws me off a little bit. But that's the thing, I'm learning how to configure this, and there's a lot of different ways you can set the parts and pieces of this kit up. And yeah, see, that one even fell right out. I thought that was kind of cool. These are the sides of each of those circles, and then the side of the piece of material that we cut them out of here. As you can see, those are just some of the cuts. I'm pretty happy with them. Now I just loosened that little screw thing there that comes out of the brass block, and I slid the whole thing forward so we can cut out a number of smaller circles here. Now these are actually just going to be end caps, and without this circle cutting guide, what are you going to do here? What I used to do at least is to wander around the shop like with a tape measure and looking at the bottom of everything around that I could possibly find, and hoping to just get something that's kind of close to the right size and call that good. But with this, you can set it up to do, literally any size circle that long bar that comes out the back of the circle cutting guide allows. You just loosen that little screw and slide it. It's really, really easy. And just like that, we've gone from cutting 11.5-inch circles to cutting 3-inch circles, and I got a nice little end cap here. I'm really happy with how that came out. Alright, so this is the magnetic base here. I just wanted to try it out real quick, demonstrate it in the video for y'all. As you can see, it just rests on the piece of material, and obviously this way, like I said before, you don't have to take a hammer and a center punch to your piece of material. If you're worried about cosmetic issues or anything along those lines, that's it. It's just nothing to it. Now it does have the suction cups in case you're working on something non-magnetic, but this is, I believe, 1/2-inch steel plate. Cut it about as fast as I could guide it, which I thought was really cool. And these are the suction cups right here. Now this is one thing I unfortunately didn't get a chance to try out on this project because I'm not really making anything out of aluminum on it, but I'm sure that's something that's going to work its way into a future video. I really feel like they thought of just about everything when they designed this. For instance, here we're just using the wheels to make a straight cut, and I'm just working my way across this piece of material. This is some thinner material. I think it's only about a 1/4 inch thick or so, and it's really easy. You don't have to try and steady the torch as much yourself because you've got those little wheels that do a lot of the work for you. And this is what we cut.
and as you can see, I think that's pretty straight. I can definitely weld with that. I'm really thrilled with how that came out. And so yeah, I guess that about concludes the video. These are some of the circles that we cut out, and I got all my circles cut out. That didn't take nearly as long as I thought it would. It was really easy, and I honestly think that this circle cutting guide is just plain awesome. It seems very well designed. Everything about it's really well made. It's you know, all the main components are made out of metal, and there's a nice bearing for when you rotate the circle cutting guide in relation to the end of the plasma torch, so it's not like rubbing up against that that torch nozzle, and that's really cool as well. Comes in a nice hard plastic case. There's everything in here to cut all sorts of circles and do all sorts of other stuff beyond cutting circles, which I honestly didn't even expect, like I said. So overall, I gotta say, I'm completely thrilled with this thing. It did exactly what I needed it to, and I'd like to extend a huge thank you to our good friends at Hypertherm for sending this out so I could make a video trying it out for you guys. And well, here it is. Like I said, I'm sure it's going to be in a lot of videos to come, and I'd just like to thank you all for watching. And as always, have fun and stay safe. Now, I will put a couple links in the description of this video, just to the page for this on the Hypertherm website. And also, like I say with anything else, if I ever have any issues with this kit, I'll just edit the video description, and I'll tell you guys about what the issues were and how it was fixed, if it was fixed, anything along those lines. So if you stumble onto this video years from now and there's nothing new there, then no news is good news, and it's holding up great. So with that being said, I guess this about concludes the video. In part 2, we're going to start machining this stuff out and welding it together. So thanks for watching, everybody. Yeehaw.